boomtown Letterkenny, home of the Donegal Rally. A byproduct of the success of this event has been the number of Donegal people who have been encouraged to compete in rally sport. Two of these people will be setting out this weekend on the AA Circuit of Ireland Rally, one as a potential winner and the other a club competitor. So if you want to find out anything about rallying in Donegal, where do you go? The Motor Club perhaps? The real epicentre of information is Boyce's Cafe. James Cullen has been at the top of Irish motorsport for nearly a decade, but only when finances allow. His profession as a painter and decorator would not finance the superspend required to go international rallying. James, therefore, is entirely dependent on sponsorship. His talent behind the wheel has never been in doubt. Whenever James has been able to gather up the pennies, he's been at the top of the time charts, and he's tasted international success on 2 occasions. Behind the Emerald Band, emotion is spilling over in the pink Cosworth. Only once before has a Donegal man won his home international. And now, with 5 second places in international rallies, James Cullen and Ellen Morgan add a win to their already impressive CVs. Behind these years of dedication, searching for budgets and a determination that has never caved in, it's a win also for the 4 Lanterns, Tony Kelly Cars and Shell Oils, who have so faithfully believed in the Letterkenny driver over the years. Sammy Fisher is a different breed. He is the living epitome of the club driver, and the best that he can hope for over the Easter weekend is that his faithful yellow Mini will get him to the finish and maybe pick up a class award. Winning for him is out of the question. Sammy is a teacher in Rafo Vocational School, where rallying is not on the curriculum.
My very first rally wasn't a little thousand money, and the car went very well. It flew about 4 feet, and I finished at the 4th stage while leading very well in the class, but it was a learning curve, and I think whenever you begin to rally, you're pretty wild, and as you get older, you learn there's times you go hard and times you don't go as hard, and you learn to use it better, you know, as time goes on.
Let's look at the contrast between these 2 teams.
I've come to Mike Little Preparations because they're one of the better preparation experts in the UK. Modern day rally cars are very, very specialist vehicles, and it takes someone like Mike Little Preparations, who are one of the better preparation experts in the UK and who have a strong pedigree with Ford and a strong association with Ford and know it inside out. They give us the quality and expertise that we need to run a top car. Well, this is where it all begins. The Group A Escort rally car, as you see, it's the basic shell, all painted up, seam welded, strengthened, and the most important bit of all, the roll cage. It may look like your ordinary Escort, but this one has changed somewhat dramatically from it left Ford's production run shell. As you can see, it's ready to take all the bits that make it a rally car, and the most important part of it is the safety aspect, which you see the roll cage, which is all welded in, cross-braced, linked up everywhere, welded right all the way to the front of the car through the special turrets to take all the pounding and that the suspension gets on our bumpy Irish roads. The cars, all the seams are all welded up, strengthened, extra plating and extra strength bits are put in, so it stands up to everything that a special stage can throw at it. MLP are one of the official Ford satellite teams, so therefore have access to all the latest development and technology, and the bits of that we can afford are passed on to us. Right here at the moment, like we have my car here, just will now shortly begin its preparation cycle for the Circuit of Ireland. Just beside it, you have Gregoire de Movies, his new World Rally car. Be one of the first World Rally cars outside Ford Motor Company, outside Malcolm Wilson, to be prepared. It's just about to go to a rally in 2 days' time, hence all the activity. All the suspension bits go to what they call sub-assembly, where they're taken apart and inspected for any cracks or any damage, anything like that that needs the cars replaced. All the bearings and hubs, shocks, track control arms, rose joints, everything is taken apart bit by bit. The gearbox and diffs come out and are sent to R&D, the gearbox specialists in Daventry. The turbo goes back to Turbo Techniques every event, and every couple of events we rebuild the engine. Even though the car is completely dismantled and put together again, 90% of it is the same car.
Things are somewhat different back in the homes of Donegal, where Sammy Fisher's amazing little yellow Mini awaits its finest hour.
I think a Mini is a very special car, and it does get an awful lot of attention because it is a small car competing against large cars, and it does get the results. And I think children in particular like it because they think it's probably a small dinky toy maybe. This car began its life as a 1967 Mini Cooper, 1000 Cooper. And this is the first car that I've ever had. At this stage it's been changed a great deal. The suspensions have all been refined. The rear end's got a coil-sprung suspension. The engine would have more horsepower than a standard Cooper would have now. The gearbox has been changed to stick-cut gears. The fact that the stick-cut alone gives a little bit more horsepower because helical gears tend to lose power. It's got a limited slip differential, which on slippy conditions or coming out of corners would give more traction. The wheels on this car are bigger than would have been on the 1967 Mini Cooper because they came with 10-inch wheels as standard. This car has 13-inch wheels, and the primary reason for that is that the bigger wheels allow for the fitting of bigger brakes inside. And in rallying, it's all about getting out of a corner quickly or being able to brake quickly as you go into a corner. On an event the size of the Circuit of Ireland, there goes a great deal of thought and sometimes worry into the preparation of the car. Because the primary thing is for me is to try and finish the Circuit of Ireland, and I've got to take everything apart. And at this stage in my life, the fact that I've had Minis for so long, I sort of know the weak spots, and you try to improve them the best you can and get the best part you can to do the job.
Tyres are a large part of both the cost and success factors. James must have the very latest that Pirelli can offer, and plenty of them, if he is to have any chance of success.
We have a sample of the full range of tyres that we'll be taking to the circuit here. Starting with this one, which is hopefully